Greetings. We are Anonymous, also known as the Collective. Today's date is Monday, December 8, 2025. This is a message for every American, regardless of color, creed, or political affiliation. Tonight's broadcast is not entertainment. It is not speculation. It is not fear-mongering. It is a public safety address based on government-acknowledged facts, open-source intelligence, and visible patterns unfolding across our nation. This is an anonymous broadcast. This is your call to clarity. This is your call to unity. Let us begin with what no one in government, media, or the influencer class has dared to say plainly. Hundreds of thousands of foreign nationals from hostile organizations are now inside the United States. Not rumors. Not theories. Confirmed by federal briefings, DHS admissions, and presidential statements. Elements with ties to Venezuelan Trenduaraqua gangs, known for kidnapping, torture, extortion, and paramilitary operations. Individuals linked to Al-Qaeda networks, moving in small cells instead of centralized hierarchies. Former Taliban, Iraqi, and Afghan military-trained fighters, some with Tier 1 level training absorbed from U.S. operations. Individuals with associations to Middle Eastern extremist financing pipelines, referenced in recent congressional memos. A surge of Chinese military-aged males crossing through the Darien Gap, not families, not refugees, but organized lines of uniform-aged men moving with coordinated discipline. These are not isolated events. These are not statistical accidents. This is infiltration on a scale never before seen in American history. For 5 years now, the majority of these individuals have been living inside our borders. That means, they have had time. Time to observe us. Time to learn our patterns. Time to understand our infrastructure. Time to map our vulnerabilities. And America. We have many vulnerabilities. Critical infrastructure across our nation is fragile. Power grids operating on 40-year-old transformers. Water treatment plants understaffed and digitally exposed. Hospitals running on outdated cybersecurity. Rail systems easily disrupted. Internet backbone lines poorly guarded. Natural gas hubs with minimal physical security. In recent years, DHS has issued multiple bulletins describing America's infrastructure as highly vulnerable to targeted disruption by small, coordinated groups. A few attackers, at the right place and time, can cause cascading failures across entire regions. Small-scale attacks may be used to lure emergency services into ambush zones. Simultaneous micro-attacks could overwhelm first responders. The 911 system, already overloaded, is vulnerable to denial-of-service disruptions that would blind emergency communication. This is not hypothetical. These warnings are in official DHS advisories. We are not discussing fantasy. We are discussing risk. Risk that the government itself has acknowledged. In a worst-case scenario, even one involving small coordinated teams, the threat is not simply violence itself. The threat is the timing, the location, and the vulnerability of the population. And here is the detail no one talks about: most Americans do not have access to their own defensive tools during the day. We commute unarmed. We work unarmed. We attend school unarmed. We shop unarmed. A divided nation cannot protect its people. A united nation cannot be broken. This is why unity, real unity, is a matter of national survival, not political preference. America is not weak because of foreign enemies. America is weak because Americans are divided. Divided by race. Divided by politics. Divided by algorithm. Divided by design. This division is not natural. It is manufactured. Fed to us. Amplified. Weaponized. A divided nation cannot protect its people. A united nation cannot be broken. This is why unity, real unity, is a matter of national survival, not political preference. And so we say, clearly, Your neighbor is not your enemy. Your co-worker is not your enemy. Your fellow citizen is not your enemy. The American people are on the same side, whether they remember it or not. To unify, Americans must first learn to see clearly. We propose, not demand, a peaceful, lawful suggestion, a nationwide 3-day media detox. No news. No social media. No television. No outrage. No algorithmic fear. Just silence. Just clarity. Just reconnection with reality, family, faith, and community. A nation that cannot think clearly cannot act wisely. On the weekend following the detox, Americans who choose to participate, voluntarily, peacefully, and lawfully, may gather at their state capitals. Not as protesters. Not as combatants. Not as factions. But as Americans. Standing together. Showing unity. Showing that the people are awake, aware, and committed to peace. We will poll the public. If the people support it, we proceed. If they do not, we respect the will of the people. Now we address a critical point, the role of local sheriffs. In the United States, sheriffs are uniquely empowered. They are elected by the people and accountable to the people. Many counties already operate volunteer auxiliary deputy programs, community patrols, CERT teams, or infrastructure watch groups. We propose a lawful, fully coordinated expansion. Sheriffs should begin deputizing vetted volunteers as part of county-level infrastructure monitoring auxiliaries. Not armed militias. Not rogue forces. Not vigilantes. Vetted, trained, background-checked volunteers who assist with reporting suspicious activity, monitoring water facilities, observing substation, checking rail corridors, watching rural access points, supporting emergency communication hubs, assisting disaster response teams, strengthening 911 overflow communication networks. This is not radical. This is standard practice in many countries. It is entirely legal, peaceful, and civic. America has 330 million people. The government cannot protect every pump station, every grid transformer, every fiber optic relay, every bridge, every dam, every rail choke point. But Americans, united, can help safeguard their own communities. Here is what every neighborhood can do immediately, without conflict, without confrontation, without escalation. 1. Build communication trees. Every block should know how to reach each household. 2. Identify vulnerable neighbors. Elderly, disabled, households with small children. Because for years, the scuttlebutt circulating through emergency response circles has been this: a 3 to 10 day period of darkness is possible under certain attack scenarios. Not guaranteed. Not predicted. Simply possible. Grid instability. Cyber disruption. Transformer outages. High voltage substation attacks. Communication blackout. If that occurs, the question is not who caused it. The question is, are you prepared to stay alive? Do you have warmth? Do you have light? Do you have water for your family? Do you have a neighbor you can count on? Does your neighbor know they can count on you? Preparedness is not paranoia. Preparedness is survival. Now we address two men specifically, General Flynn. Doc Chambers. The people are not fearful. They are uncertain. They need structure. They need clarity. They need someone who can organize lawful readiness, communication protocols, and community coordination. We ask you to consider stepping forward, not to form an army, not to oppose our troops, but to create the civilian structure that fills the gaps, before gaps become disasters. America needs leadership. America needs honesty. America needs unity. Americans. Foreign infiltration is real. Infrastructure vulnerabilities are real. Government warnings are real. The potential for coordinated small-scale attacks is real. But so is our ability to prepare. So is our ability to unite. So is our ability to survive. so is our ability to prevail. Our nation is strongest when we are one nation. So we ask you, with respect, with clarity, with urgency, will you unite? Will you prepare? Will you stand with your neighbors? Will you detox the noise? Will you show up peacefully? Will you help safeguard your communities? The poll in the community section awaits your answer. Your decision determines the direction. Your voice determines the future. We ask if this resonates within you to immediately share it on every social media, Telegram and Signal apps, and direct those within your social circles to return here to our community section to vote. In the comments please comment your state. We are certain this will not pass muster, however, we tried to take the lead to unite you only. We also ask that you share this with General Flynn and Doc Chambers. This has been the anonymous broadcast. We are not your leaders. We are not your commanders. We are your reminder. The power has always belonged to the American people. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.